Hello everybody and welcome back to Pokemon through the years. The grinding didn't actually take that long. Last episode we had a death. We have a new Pokemon on the team now, that is Probopaz I decided to go with because it seemed like fun. We were close to Mount Cornet anyway, and I looked up the movesets, and the only difference in the moveset, at least up until this level, for Nosepass and Probopaz was level 13, either being Rock Throw or Magnet Bomb. And I figured, let's just go with Magnet Bomb because we'll get Rock Slide at level 31, which isn't too far from now, and it doesn't actually learn Earthquake naturally. It learns Earth Power at like level 80 or 79, I think. So we'll need to look out where the Earthquake TM is potentially for Easter. The reason the grinding didn't take that long is because we have the EXP share, which you can get from Rowan's assistant south of this city. We also do need to teach somebody cut though, I realized between episodes, and I have no idea who I'm going to teach it to. So that's going to be fun. I don't think I have much of a choice actually. It's going to be Gallop. In today's episode we're going to take on the Team Galactic. I mean, it is more powerful than Tackle anyway, so really, it doesn't matter that much. Everybody's level 24 or above at this point. Twitter is level 26. I couldn't really take away levels. The original max level in Pokemon Platinum for the Pokemon we're going to be facing today would be a single level 23 Skunk Tank, one or the other. I never can remember the Stunky, whatever line. But that's probably going to be a slightly higher level, and it's going to be 6 Pokemon. So I figured let's go up to level 24, and then Twitter's level 26. We have a couple of battles. Not a lot, actually. I'm hoping that we also get to Heart Home City today, because most of the... Actually, we can get the upgrade here today. We could get a Porygon 2. We can't get a Porygon Z until the post-game, but the upgrade is in this building, which means that we can, in fact, get a Porygon 2 if we wanted to, because... It's usually a trade evolution. In this game, with the randomizer applied, it's just a matter of leveling up a Porygon with the upgrade. So we could totally do that. I don't think I'll change my team to include Porygon 2. A little side note, by the way, you can actually avoid every single Galactic trainer here because you just go up the stairs with the posters next to them, and those are the stairs you actually need to take to get to the very top. You do need to fight this one dude, but that is you don't actually need to fight this one dude. I always get get mixed up there. So I think this is the upgrade, right? This is the upgrade, and then there's some items to the room in the to the left of here. We'll get to that when we get to that. It's good to have the upgrade because I do think we have a Porygon, right? It hasn't died yet. If the Porygon already died, there's something in my eye, and there has been something in my eye for the past 20 minutes, and I thought it was gone, and it's back now. It's really annoying. Jupiter sent out a Noctowl to begin with. I think we can take out a Noctowl, and from there we can really make things work. Maybe we can actually set up a rollout here, because this is going to be super effective. It's probably going to be a 2-hit. It might be a 3-hit. You set up a Reflect, which actually that's not good for me, because the rollout is... physically. Actually, it might allow me to set up a little bit more powerful... Yeah, I think that might actually not be that bad, because this might have actually killed a Noctowl otherwise. So now I get to build up one more turn of roll. I missed! I didn't even know you could miss! Does Uproar have a side effect where your accuracy drops or something? I don't think so. Does Rollout have 95% accuracy? That's news to me. Well, I guess this means that the barrier, not barrier, what's the name of the move? Not Reflect, that's Final Fantasy. Is it Final Fantasy? Is it also a Pokemon? I don't know. Noctowl's fainted, what are you going to send out next? Is it something that actually can use Rollout? Reflect, it is Reflect, never mind. It's a matchup. Let's not. It would be fun to have Rollout actually work out for us, but just let's not. Let's just go into Twitter, take out the matchup, take no risks. I don't want to have to do... I'll probably have to do grinding anyway after this episode, right? Because we're probably going to just mash through and use the wrong move. That actually still did half HP damage. That is impressive. that being said, it is from a Swallow that's 4 levels higher, so not really that impressive. Likely we're going to get 2 Heart Home City in this episode, which means that next episode we're going to be taking on the 3rd gym, which means that we're probably going to need to do grinding after this episode anyway, right? So, Sisa, let's just stay in, why not? I was thinking this episode was only going to be the Team Galactic Tower here, but I'm starting to realize there's no way in hell that I am not finishing this and getting to Heart Home in the same episode, because we're halfway through this team at this point and we're like 5 minutes into the video. This is not going to be a 10-minute video, don't worry. Don't worry. It won't be. Chansey... Let's stay in with Twitter, just because Twitter is so powerful. Twitter is amazing. Twitter, the social media side, not amazing. I opened Twitter the other day. I hadn't been on Twitter in forever. I opened Twitter. It wasn't a very good moment to open Twitter, admittedly, in like the current situation politically and like worldwide, the things that are happening, protests and stuff. Twitter is a fairly toxic place at the best of times, and while honestly it was less toxic, it wasn't a nice, fun place to be. So maybe it was a little bit of bad timing on my part opening Twitter in the situation the world is in right now. But I wasn't a fan of it. So I closed Twitter and I was like, okay, I'll see you guys in like 6 months again to see if anything has changed, and then just realized that nothing is ever going to change and Twitter is just a shithole full of trolls. And frankly, I mean, if you use Twitter, nothing against you, right? I don't mind. But like 90% of people on Twitter are either like influencers, I fucking hate that term, but like YouTubers, Twitch streamers, there's like content creators, whatever you want to call them. I don't even know what that move was. Those are the people I generally follow, right? The other 90-some% of people on Twitter are people who were angsty teenagers 10 years ago and are still acting the same way on Twitter now. There's the same people that were on Twitter 10 years ago. Well, maybe not 10, maybe more like 5, 6, 7, 8, around that range, right? Years ago. And back then were like 13 to 16 and very angsty. And now they're on Twitter as like 20-some-year-olds and they're still being very angsty, and that's just kind of sad. So that is my experience with Twitter. I do not like it. That being said, a lot of the people who were like angsty teens on Twitter are now, how do I say this without offending people? Idiots on Facebook. I don't like Facebook either. I haven't opened, I open Facebook every now and then just because like somebody tags me in something and I am curious to see what it is, or sometimes I post my own videos on my own Facebook feed, so like people that I know can like see what I'm up to and the things that I'm making, and just like from a basic promotional standpoint, I don't upload I don't post every single one of the videos on this channel, but the other channel I've talked about before, where I've been doing some analytics on Avatar: The Last Airbender, and as we are recording this right now, I'm starting to write a script. Well, not at this moment. I'm starting to write a script about The Legend of Korra and Season 2 specifically. Wow, that's so original. Actually more original than you think. So those videos I do post over on my Facebook, and when I open that, I end up scrolling for like 5 minutes, and then I realize, oh yeah, this is why I never visit Facebook again, because everybody here is just in a fucking echo chamber, and I hate it, and everybody on this goddamn social media site is an idiot. Maybe that says more about my social network than it does about the social platforms themselves. Just that I like know a lot of stupid people. That is a possibility. Though I think, I don't know. Fuck over hero vibes. I've got some issues with Facebook and the way it. I mean, YouTube. I know YouTube does the exact same thing, right? YouTube sees what you consume and just feeds you more and more and more and more of that. And as such, like conspiracy theories, for instance, YouTube does suppress those, which gets into an entirely different debate of, okay, so YouTube is now dictating what is true and what isn't. And with like the recent controversy surrounding the tweets Donald Trump made, and that Twitter added a fact check thing to it, and then those platforms are now deciding what is the truth. And to a certain extent, I can see why people have issue with that. Then again, we are talking about a dude who was saying people should inject themselves with bleach to get rid of COVID-19, which at that point, yeah, maybe a fact check thing is in order. Funny thing, that's not what got fact checked by Twitter. It's very, very annoying. So I do see why. I don't know why I'm going in and out of the Pokemon Center. I do see why people have an issue with that. But then again, at least YouTube is like, we're not going to promote, we're going to allow it on the website. Oh, that's why I went into the Pokemon Center. I'll do that because I do want to have the egg hatch ASAP. They allow it on the website, right? But they just do not like promote it through organic growth. And I personally do agree with that because that is something you definitely... we do want Twitter on the team. We don't need Sparky on the team right now. Let's take its item and we'll see who we give it to. Obviously, it's going to make place for the Ag. I don't think the Ag is going to be in the overlay. I don't know what I'm going to do with that yet. So it allows you to have like the videos up on the website, but it just doesn't promote them. And Facebook, as far as I can tell, doesn't do anything like that. Facebook is just like, we're not here to police the truth. I think they've even made a statement surrounding this entire situation where they're like, we don't decide what is the truth and what not. And that, to me, translates to, we don't want to offend anybody that could potentially give us money in the future, especially politically speaking. But that is my distrust of Facebook in general, maybe. So, as a result of that, I see a lot of people on my Facebook feed which are like, adamantly just convinced of certain things that are just like, actually, just like lies. And I'm like not going to go into, at least not right now, I'm not going to go into specific examples because I just don't want to discuss them. And also I could definitely see, oh no, we also need to do the Explorer Kit thing. We might not make it to Hard Home after all. So yeah, I have some issues with Facebook and I prefer not to be on it that much. And Twitter, I have different issues with. The issues I have with Twitter are to do with the community. Facebook, mostly to do with the platform. YouTube, also a lot of issues. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying YouTube is holy or like beyond any kind of criticism. There's a lot of criticism you can have towards YouTube. But I think if you're on YouTube, you're watching my channel, you're probably watching a lot of other, specifically gaming related channels. I'm going to assume we don't actually need to go into the underground, do we? We might not. We don't. We can make it at least, well, we can probably just make it to Hard Home City. So you probably already are aware of the majority of the bigger issues that YouTube has, and I'm not going to go into them right now. I'll probably end up complaining about them a lot in the future anyway, because that's just what YouTubers like to do. We complain about YouTube. Isn't that just fun? I'm actually going to make it. I'm going to make it. I made it through the bridge without any encounters. That is actually probably the first time that's happened to me. How many Pokeballs do we have? I don't think like any, do we? We've got 13. We've also got some encounters coming up. That being potentially 3 encounters. So let's... I don't know why I would want to heal up. I want to go to the Pokeballs. Let's go buy some more Pokeballs. I don't think... Maybe Great Balls are available now? I think this game works in such a way that if it becomes available on one Pokemon, it's available in all of them. Maybe not. Never mind. What do you sell? You sell meal. I don't really care. To be honest with you, don't really care. I don't know. Let's... 18. That should be enough. That gets me to 30. 1 Premier Ball and 1 Grey Ball I found while grinding. right? So we're probably, I don't know. I'm probably going to end up this episode before actually going into the Mount Cornell and the fights before it. So I'm just going to finish off this episode by doing my encounter for Ride 206 and then the cave up north. The cave where you can usually get Gibble, right? That one. I'll do my encounter for both of these areas, and then I think it might be a nice moment to end up this episode. Execute. Actually, we could use some more grass types, couldn't we? So that might not be a bad idea. I didn't go over the team. Clara learned body... Wow, that was very loud, I'm sorry. Clara learned body slam, which is probably the least interesting. Actually, it's not the least interesting. It's decently interesting, I'd say. You take that very, very well. Why is Execute so bulky? You can probably just use a Premier Ball, right? Yeah, maybe we can't. Maybe we can't. Maybe this is going to take a while. We've got the time. We've got like 10 minutes or something. I'd like to also hatch the egg within that time. Maybe the egg hatching part will not have face cam because I'm doing that right at like the end of this episode. Definitely. But I'm not going to like resync face cam for just like 2 or 3 seconds there. So if this ends up taking too long, fuck off. Why am I having so many issues suddenly catching Pokemon? Execute is not supposed to be very difficult to catch because you're back at full health. That's why. Okay, that's on me for not paying attention. We haven't used Easter yet. Let's go into Probo Pass. Why not? Also because the whole like uproar thing only does 1 damage because it's double resisted, and I can deal a little bit of damage with Magnet Bomb, not too much. Okay, that's enough damage. Let's see. Now you should stay without too much of a issue, right? You still didn't stay. You still didn't stay. Are you really going to be this much of an issue? Am I going to have to use my Great Ball on you? No, I'm not. Still haven't named Voltoy, by the way. I'll name Voltoy when we actually get around to using it, which also could have been a potential fit for the team now that I think about it. Because of like, it probably gets a rock type move. It's a ground type, so it probably gets decent ground type moves. Though I think it probably is better than Gen 5 because it gets a lot more. Gen 5 really is like a lot of moves, a lot of things got rebalanced. Gen 5 really is the best generation, I'm sorry. I know it also has Garbodor, but as like just playing through it, especially with the randomizer, Gen 5 definitely is just the best. We're going to call you... what am I going to call you? I don't want to call you like Scramble or something. Or Omelette, because that is very, very cliche. So let's... You know what I'm going to do? It's not much better. I'm going to call you Ryan, because I've been watching a lot of Northern Lion lately, and obviously his community is kind of disturbing, really. Calls him Ag, because he's bald, because that's funny, I guess. So, Ags, Execute. Okay, can we get into why Execute? Just a bunch of Ags. Apparently that's a Pokemon. Evolves into Executor, which is a palm tree. We're not even considering Alolan Executor, because whatever the fuck that is, I mean, it has a tail. It's an actual palm tree. There's something in my nose, and it's really kind of gross. It's an actual palm tree because it's a little higher. It's got a tail. That's fine. It just looks kind of goofy. It's not that bad of a Pokemon. That could potentially be... My god, that's... I'm not going to die to a wild Pokemon. Fuck you. If I can't run away, you're just going to die. Because I can't catch you. You're useless to me. But how does a bunch of Ags, with like a couple of them broken even, turn into a palm tree? I know this is a very overdone bit, but it still bothers me. It still really, really bothers me how that can be a thing. It's not a good evolution. I'm very sorry. I've been thinking about this because I got a comment on an old video of mine, Everything Wrong with Generation 1 Pokemon. And apparently I've done generation 1, 2, and 3 of that. And I kind of want to redo them. So I was talking about this in my Discord, which you should totally join, by the way, if you're not in it yet. And I kind of want to do those, like generation 1 just through 8. I'm very sorry if you can hear that noise. I thought it was my phone vibrating. It's my neighbors having construction. I'm very sorry about that. So I kind of want to do that again, and I was like, but I don't know where to fit it in. And as of right now, it seems like I'm probably going to do Numo. That is not bad. That is not bad. That is potentially okay. I'd have to rebalance most of my team to fit that into my team, but still, that would be worth it if something died. Worth it enough to the point where I'm actually going to use a Great Ball on you because I do want to make sure to catch you. It's probably going to be like the 2 months because it's going to be four weeks a month roughly, and then 8 videos, so it's going to be about 2 months. After I finish the Kingdom Hearts randomizer, I'm probably going to redo every single generation of that with just going over all the Pokemon and just like making a quick comment about them. Just like about the design, about the gameplay use, about whatever, just everything wrong with. It's more rating than really, but everything wrong with gets more views. I'm very sorry. I'm a shield like that. And we're going to call you Robert. Why? Because I say so. Robert the Numo, which will be a camera eventually. And with that, I think I'm just going to go and walk back and forth for a lot of time and hope that construction at my neighbor's place stops, because that can't be good for like my audio. You have a Mew. Okay, so let's focus like for at least half a second here while we take out the Mew. Hopefully, yeah, okay. And I'll be back with you with the hatching of the egg, and based on that we'll decide maybe getting the egg will whatever's in the egg will be good for us to have on the team. Usually I switch out for Alakid, but just look at me. I'm almost level. Maybe that was a bad idea to stay in, holy fuck. That could have been bad. That could have been real bad. So I'll see you guys in a moment. I couldn't have caught you anyway. I couldn't have caught you anyway because I only had 1 Great Ball and a bunch. I think the construction thing stopped. So maybe it was actually my phone, and it was like, I've got 2, it's a weird thing. I've got 2 phones. One of them has a SIM card inside it and it's my phone. The other one is more of like just a pocket computer because it doesn't charge, but it is more powerful. I'll get into that maybe next episode if I remember, and into like why that is and that whole story surrounding that. And I might have actually taught that before. If not, next episode might just be a repeat. I'm going to be walking back and forth for like a while trying to hatch this egg. How far are we actually into hatching this egg? Because I do have a Pokemon with Flame Body on the team, so we might actually be... doesn't seem close to hatching. Honestly, the fact that it still isn't close to hatching probably means that it's from an egg, a Pokemon that has a fairly high hatch rate to begin with. So this is what my next like 10 to 15 minutes is going to look like. See you guys in a moment. Okay, let's see what this turns into. It didn't take that long after all, so it's probably not going to be anything too amazing. It's okay, so how are we going to count that? Because we got the egg before catching the execute. But we got execute from the egg. Also, there's no face cam, I'm sorry. After catching the execute. So which one is actually the dupe clause and which one is the original? What I'm asking is, am I just going to throw away this execute? Or am I going to use this execute, throw away the other one, and have myself another opportunity to capture a Pokemon on Route 206? I'm going to drop that question in my Discord. This is why you should be in my Discord. If you're watching these videos and you want to have like a say in and an opinion in this kind of thing, I'm going to throw this into my Discord and just like hang around a little bit and see if people answer. See what the general consensus about it there is. and move on. Because this is a very, very unique situation where we get an egg, catch a Pokemon, then hatch the egg into the same Pokemon we just caught. This is really weird. I'm not going to give it a nickname for now. I'll see you guys back next time. This is weird.